This is a United Nations video of a 13-year-old boy in Mangina, the epicentre of the latest Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Mangina is also a conflict zone. Journalists can't get in safely, so the UN films.
They all died of Ebola. It was my entire family. It was my mom initially, and then my sisters and aunts followed. Another is in the hospital. I've lost 8 family members.
This month, Ebola has spread from the town of Mangina across 2 provinces and is now in 6 locations. The area sits at stage 4 on the UN security scale. Stage 5 is evacuate immediately. It requires a daily risk assessment of how to reach people for vaccinations, investigations, and psychosocial care. 53 children have been orphaned in the outbreak.
I can't just kill myself. I must continue to live, even in this situation.
The World Health Organization has 150 staff in eastern DRC. This week, for the first time, health workers used a military escort to reach a town where a doctor had died of Ebola.
Because Oicha is almost entirely surrounded by one of the main armed insurgency groups called the ADF on pretty much all sides of the town. And there's been many security issues, including large civilian deaths.
The ADF, or Allied Democratic Forces, is a Ugandan rebel group. Its fighters ambushed a UN base in December, killing 15 peacekeepers. Where the ADF is, the UN isn't, which opens up blind spots for Ebola detection and treatment. But where conflict is complicating the response, science is helping it. For 40 years, Ebola has been incurable, with a 50% fatality rate. But now a breakthrough. More than a dozen people are being successfully treated with 2 experimental drugs. Another 3 treatments have been approved for use.
The decision is made of which drug to use based on the condition of the patient, the informed consent of the patient, and a group of clinicians who are advising the treating physician.
1,300 others have been vaccinated. Immunising populations against Ebola has only become routine this year, proving successful in an earlier outbreak some 2,000 kilometres away in the western border province of Equator. But the concern remains. Health workers can immunise against Ebola, but not against the threats of an active conflict zone. Charlotte Bellis, Aljazeera.